Hello there everyone and welcome back. Day 1 did not go as I would have liked. There was some potential, but in the end I lost both my matches and even lost one of my cruisers, so we're starting off really well. Let's hope we could correct that, because I am one renown short of actually getting an upgrade from my other Vanguard, my Mark III Vanguard, which is a little irritating to say the least. It would help me a little bit if I could take advantage of that level, although it's going to take some time to really understand if I want to focus on my fighters or not, because judging from the last match there, most of my assault boats didn't even reach the Imperial cruisers before they could board it, so I'm kind of wondering if I want to upgrade the survivability in that case, because they're supposed to be really resilient there. I just have no idea what their flat percentage is to survive taking a hit. If it's like 30-40%, which I think is the norm, around 30%, probably fluctuating based on which faction I'm playing as. I am not entirely certain. All I know is that these things are a lot more resilient, and it doesn't want to tell me here the specifics, does it? No. Because these Thunderhawks are supposed to take 2 hits, unlike the original bombers and assault boats, which take a single hit, so they are more resilient in that fact there. I just don't know the specifics to them, and I'm sure as hell I'm not going to think of them in the middle of a battle. I think that's safe to say. Or unless it shows right here, maybe? No. Of course, it doesn't want to show me my damn bombers, so I'm left wondering there. It doesn't tell me... It will tell me anything for the squad here? No, it won't. That's unfortunate, so I'm left wondering even with this settings tab, what exactly I can use... how resilient rather, those Thunderhawks? I already forgot what they're called, damn it. Thunderhawks, yeah. How resilient they are. And it's taken surprisingly long for a queue. I can't be that bad, can I? With my losing streak of 2 going? Although to be fair, all my other factions have been kind of like winning streaks to start off with. So, this is a little bit of a different turn for me. Which, again, as I mentioned yesterday, last video, this could be a bit of a bad omen. Let's hope we could correct it some, maybe. Let's see, Epic Rice. It's totally epic, and a third time I'm going against the Imperial Navy. Wow. I had not realized my cruiser was lost in the warp or heavily damaged. Maybe I should have considered that. So this is going to be interesting, because now it's 312 points. And I haven't even leveled yet, just to put matters worse, so... How the hell do I want to do this? Because, yeah, I can't... is there a way I could get 4 ships? I can get 4 torpedoes in. This is going to be difficult as hell to control, I'm not going to lie. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to attempt the Gladius, something a little more simpler. Because I'm already getting pummeled to the ground as is as a start with Space Marines. I don't want to have to make it that much more difficult for me. Because I am starting to get a little bit paranoid about using torpedoes because of how poorly it went for me with the Orcs and the Eldar. Although, if anything, the Space Marines would be the one to kind of correct that for me. You would think, because of their emergency, high energy turns and all that that they have available. And let's see, 300. This looks like, if he only has 2 ships, this clearly has to be 2 cruisers, right? This clearly has to be 2 cruisers, which means I am totally fucked. So, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna deal with this. Aw, how he got it on the first try, but to be fair, it's not that difficult to notice, I guess, because it's away from the rest of the group. But apparently he has his ship favored. I have no way to detect him immediately, not that it matters too much. And I have to make sure these ships are fighting at the 6 kilometer, or what is it, 6,000 unit range. Yeah, that's right, the Smurfs are coming. The Smurfs are coming, although... Let's see how this works out. Again, 2 cruisers, I'm almost predicting it there. So how am I going to be able to beat them there? Because I had such a hard time fight with a single cruiser and 2 light cruisers has made appearance, so is this gonna go any better? Probably not.
Ready for battle.
Probably not, but at least I have a lot of consistent fire to breach through shields, if nothing else. That's the one thing I have going for me.
Tactical maneuver engaged.
So I haven't seen any torpedoes yet, but that's
I am listening.
if these are cruisers, he's probably got a Nova can of some kind, otherwise he would torpedo me by now, you would think.
Astartes vessel ready.
So, can I try and spot these things?
Underway.
At least get something going for me, possibly.
Show us the enemy.
Spot this quickly and then get on out. Because I can easily outmaneuver them.
Underway.
And that's looking like a Dauntless of some kind. Wow, he's got 2 light cruisers, that's interesting. And from the look of it, they're just regular Dauntlesses, considering the lances, so he's prepared at least for these ships.
We are the chosen of the Emperor.
So, how's the best way to deal with these things? Because yeah, his lance... Really, I just gotta deny him the lance shots is really all I have to do. That's really what I have to do, is deny the lances, because they're gonna do a lot of damage to me. And try and deny... this is not going well already, because one of my frigates is already taking damage. His repairs are underway and is about to die as is. Already heavily damaged at that, and I haven't even got started on crippling this thing. And of course my squad fighters are not going to do anything, because there's nothing for them to kind of like fight against, basically. If I could destroy the lances, that would be great, but I need these things to successfully destroy something. Okay, so we're off to a good start. And both these ships are favored in level 5 and 6, just to point out how screwed I really am getting. So I don't really have much of a choice, do I? Well, this sucks. I'm just gonna have to burn my thrusters and get on out, because this is basically a one-sided fight. There's nothing I could do about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna die immediately anyway. Does the warp get out? Shields came up, so... Didn't even have much of a chance, it seemed like there. Maybe I should have gone with the torpedoes, huh? Let's see. He's kind of insulting me a little bit, because 2 Dauntlesses are like 210 points, so he had points basically to kind of throw in some extra frigates. It's a little unfortunate. Not a whole lot I can do about it though, besides lock on and try and do some damage maybe. I have to get a lucky critical hit though, which is a bit of a problem. And it is possible for me to regenerate these weapons. That's really the only thing I got going for me though. So, try and lock on, do some damage, although these things are not going to live very long. Safe to say, if it's somehow possible to heavily damage this thing, it'll be good. Another 20 seconds and the crippled one will be able to repair, maybe? Nope, not happening. Not happening. Well, if you got tired of me seeing me do all my wins there early level there, you're in for a treat for these series of videos, it seems like. Because I'm just getting stomped appropriately. Well. It's a bit of a rough start. Which doesn't bode well for me. Maybe I should change my schedule, huh? Try and find a better period when where more people. I was gonna type in when I'm level 6 to kind of emphasize the fact that I was totally screwed. And the fact I had not even gotten the renown to even get my upgrade. And it's heavily damaged, so at least now I have 2 cruisers to work with and I only got a whopping 25 renown. I'm starting to wonder if I'm even going to make level 3. Because I'm expecting too much of my strike crafts, even though they're doing like absolutely nothing to begin with. But at least now I have 2 ships here, or 2 cruisers available to me, which will help a bit. So I can let that thing... Well, let's see. Am I going to fight the same guy again? More than likely. Epic Rice. Is it going to be the Rice that's totally epic? No. We're going with Lobo. He's a very trustworthy fella, right? And this is going to be Chaos. Ooh. So, I want to say he's probably more Lance-centric, because I can just, with maneuvering alone, I can deal with his bombers, so how the hell am I going to deal with Lances, though? Because range means nothing. I have to get in his face, basically, which means my weapons have to actually do goddamn damage, and my strike crafts need to get critical hits in. But the priority means I have to somehow destroy his lance weaponry, which means I have to prioritize them and try and surgically cripple them somehow. That's going to be my best hope, but the problem is that's relying on RNG, and to be honest, I'm not completely aware of how likely that is. Even if I were to successfully board it, what are the chances I'll destroy a weapon? Never mind the fact that it would be a weapon I actually want destroyed.
Tactical maneuver engaged.
These are things that I really need to understand if I'm going to kind of like prepare myself properly. And thankfully I have some form of torpedoes. I kind of wish now I had 2 sets of torpedoes. Because once I'm in close, those torpedoes are going to do amazing work.
Ready for battle.
And thankfully I at least have 1 Stormhawk squad to at least shoot down his stuff. And that beacon needs to be avoided at all costs. Because I do not want to allow him to hit me from max range, and I don't want to waste an order to just hide myself again, if possible. This should be pretty straightforward dodge, though. Should be. It's really hard to tell unless I rotate the camera angle, and for consistency's sake, I'd rather not nauseate anyone by always trying to change the camera to get better angles for every battle. That's going to throw people off, so let's try and keep it consistent. So, let me get my fighters going. They'll refresh a good amount. Although I'm suspecting that he's using more like, what is it, lances rather than fighters, so I don't think that's going to matter too much.
Show us the enemy.
Can I get a good torpedo hit in? He's coming right at me, so this is probably not going to do anything, especially with him already moving to the right. But if I'm going to kill him, I need to get aggressive. And there's the fighter, so thankfully I have the means to deal with that. Ooh. 2 fighter waves, that's a cruiser. Ooh boy, this is not going to be fun.
Underway. I am listening. Tactical maneuver engaged.
So weapons need to die.
Enemy in sight.
And make this a priority, at least a priority for now.
At your command. Space Marines ready. Redirecting.
So I'll get the repairs going in a moment. I just want to board this thing and hopefully kill some weaponry. Oh, and they are light cruisers. For some reason I was under the impression he had a regular cruiser, considering the number of fighters.
All servitors and tech marines begin repair.
So I did my boarding attempts and a weapon of mine got destroyed, go figure. And I did not successfully board or do anything. Is anyone really surprised that this is going so horribly well for me?
Vessel ready. Hold course.
Am I just doomed to be screwed?
I am listening. Standard speed engaged.
That's not going to do the damage it needs to. Well, it hit.
Moving to position. Standard speed engaged.
So, weapons. I want those lances gone. That's the most important thing I need, is to kill those lances.
Show us the enemy.
And I kind of need to brace for impact. And no, a turret does not count, and it's only temporary. Go figure.
Speed engaged.
Go figure is only temporary damage, but not much I could do about that.
Underway.
Generators, I'll take generators at least.
Ready.
It doesn't do much for me now, but it'll pay off if this fight drags on. And what I'm trying to do is get this behind my other cruiser to kind of mitigate its damage, ideally. Try and avoid the lances hitting me, which sucks because means I have to not be as mobile. My fighters aren't going to be fast enough, are they? Nope. Alright. Now, which one's my torpedoes? Torpedoes aren't going to do crap. That's unfortunate. Now, board. I'm going to pass it off as that being part of my plan. Making progress. Keep crippling these things. Ultimately, I can win this if I do limit enough of his weaponry. Which means, oh boy, with 2 fires is not happening. This thing is dead. Without a doubt, this thing is going to die, and he is in an asteroid field. Okay. Just for the sake of keeping this thing alive, I need to go. I don't want this thing to die and be screwed even more by lack of... No, it's gonna die anyway. No. Maybe my strategy should be just to chicken out at a moment's notice, huh? That would be... Maybe that would be the smartest thing I can do. Probably not, but... One can dream, right? At least I got a hit finally. What weapons did I even destroy? Just both his macro turrets. Is anyone surprised? That's clearly going well for me. And the reason I'm doing regular boring attempts is supposed to give me allow me to get some critical hits in, because I don't want to get just temporary. So the more boring attempts, the better in theory, but I need successes for that to happen. So that's 3 weapons gone. Now the 3rd weapon, of course, happens to be on the other side, but maybe that'll kill him. Nope, 1 torpedo survived. 1 torpedo survived, but there's still a chance. I just gotta break through his shield now. Can this ship turn around for me? Because this one's heavily crippled and I should try to bomb this thing. Because now that has no weaponry. That's what I should do. Switch targets, although that was a dumb idea because of how close it is to that fighter. To that cruiser. Let's see. Assault boat failed. I know that only has 1 set of weaponry, so change my focus. And hope the torpedoes do the damage they need to. That's not going to hit his... Oh, he just ran out of boosters. As much as I love to ram it, I don't think I'm going to get it. And why? I want my macro batteries in that to shoot you... the flagship, damn it. Oh well, he's letting it go. So let's get moving. Try and finish this off, because there's no way I could stop that. Oh, its generators are gone, so... It's not like any of my cooldowns are coming up. Lightning strike success, and it still got warp out. So much for the success. Oh well, it's probably only a chance anyway to kind of like stop it. Now, do I lock on or just cooldown reduction? I think I just lock on. Because I have torpedoes, and yeah, since he's running away, my fighters aren't going to do anything. So that was probably a bit of a waste. And he is hitting me with lances, but wow. Things may be turning around for me some. Torpedoes are not going to hit, are they? 2 might, 2 might. Oh my god, finally! Despite getting one of my cruisers killed, finally got a win. It was hard fought. I was it was really looking like I was going to lose that, so I really need to figure out how that turned around for me, because it felt like I was the underdog heavily, considering all his lances were breaching through me, doing so much damage that I had to get one of my cruisers to try and shield the other there, like midway through. So how did that turn around? Was it due to the fact I crippled enough of his weaponry? Because the generators alone would not have impacted how much damage he'd done for me, so that is a serious learning experience, and I just have to spend the time looking over it. But thank God, finally, somehow get a ton of renown. How the hell do I have 400 renown, though? Didn't I start this video with only 50? Can someone explain what the hell just happened? How the hell do I have 400 renown? I'm completely confused, but maybe it's probably because maybe the level. That might be something I haven't really considered and not really certain. Nonetheless, I'm going to continue on trying to emphasize my fighter's potential. The difference here, do I want to go with Space Marines or like my squad sergeant? Again, it helps if I've known what the percentage chance is, but I never thought to take a look at it in game. Can you really blame me? I'm trying to survive and plan how to fight the other team, so that's not really warranted, and I think. Oh, and I have access to boring torpedoes, although from my experience of going against them, I don't know how much I like them. They seem a bit of a gimmick. They still feel that way. And I like the idea of more emphasizing my fighters. I just don't know what my troops boarding and all that, but I just don't know what's the best route to take. I like the gunships because it gives me more flexibility if I need raw firepower, you would think. So I think for this I'm going to instead reduce the cooldown. And do I want to go with bombs for this? Maybe, or switch it out. I'm kind of feeling. And for cruiser, I liked, since I'm missing my torpedoes so much, I think I might as well go with the torpedo cruiser. Or I can go with this one with a heavy lance. But really, am I sacrificing a heavy lance for torpedoes? That doesn't sound very effective, not to mention I think the Imperial Navy has a light cruiser that has this exact same type of lance, so that doesn't sound very effective at all if you ask me. So I'm going to go with torpedoes because I'm really biased towards them, and I think, at least with Space Marines, I could get more value out of them. I just lack the renown. I can only get one upgrade, so can't get the two I like. So micro warp jump, and what do I want for the second one? Maybe the stasis bomb to help with getting a good position for my torpedoes. Or recon beacons. Recon beacons sounds perfect for in case of nebula clouds, and at least that way I can continue to attack them and send squadrons after them. So long as the beacon, the nebula cloud's not that big at least. But again, I'm going to have to wait till my next mission for that. But thank God, finally, got some kind of success. I can actually feel good for myself for a change.